I'm tracking a major winter storm into central and eastern Kentucky. It may shut down the bluegrass state. I'll show you how much snow is set to fall just ahead.
Emergency management officials are preparing for Friday's winter storm. It is a storm that they say they believe could have an impact statewide.
This winter storm has parts of the East Coast bracing for a blizzard. Now at 4, how that's already causing travel troubles.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. Kentucky is about to get hit with a major winter storm, bringing significant snow and high winds. Take a look at Triangle Park from one of our sky cams in downtown Lexington. It'll likely have a lot more snow this time tomorrow. How much you get and when will depend on where you are. Some places could get more than a foot of snow. That's why it's a WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day. We begin with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey and the latest call for snowfall. And Chris, it's going up.
Yeah, I do expect a lot of areas to get better than a foot of snow as we go through the next couple of days, Jennifer. A major winter storm ready to pound the entire state of Kentucky, and the worst of the weather is going to be centered right on top of central and eastern Kentucky into parts of Virginia and West Virginia. Winter storm warning is out for the entire state of Kentucky. Northern Kentucky, Covington area, we were in a watch earlier that has now been extended into a warning. Here's a little breakdown of what to expect. As we go into later tonight into southern Kentucky, we're going to notice rain, sleet, snow, freezing rain developing quickly. That will then lift its way on to the north. And as we go into the day on Friday, significant snows will develop, and I mean it will be heavy. We will also have winds greater than 35 miles per hour at times. That will create blowing and drifting snow. Those are two ingredients that you can get that can shut down roads across central and eastern Kentucky. By Friday night, moderate snows will continue. Gusty winds are going to continue to crank as well. More blowing and drifting snow. Here's the storm system that is in question. It is now really coming together. Look at that moisture plume coming out of Louisiana into parts of the Memphis, Tennessee area. Already getting a few sleet reports into far southwestern Kentucky. That storm system will work towards southeastern parts of Tennessee. The new call for snowfall has a major winter storm to blanket the bluegrass state. From the Lexington area west and southwest in the red, anywhere from 8 to 16 inches of snow. I've bumped up the totals into parts of eastern Kentucky now to between 10 and 18 inches. I'm staring at computer models right now that place better than 20 inches of snow into parts of eastern Kentucky over the next 48 hours. You throw in gusty winds and you're going to have all kinds of blowing and drifting snow. Jennifer, this is a major storm that in all likelihood will be worse than the two storms that we went through last year because of the wind aspect of this that will create all kinds of dangerous travel out there. I expect if those type of snows do indeed fall, and right now we're less than 24 hours from that, so I don't anticipate changing much, to go along with 30 and 40 mile an hour winds, we're going to shut some roads down before this storm is over.
All right, Chris, we will check back in with you in about 10 minutes. We're tracking a deadly crash involving a state salt truck and a car. It happened late this morning on 92 East in Whitley County. The person who died was in the car. 2 other people in that car were hurt. The driver of the salt truck was not injured. We'll have the latest from Whitley County on WKYT News coming up at 5. It's all hands on deck as the state prepares for this major winter storm. The State Emergency Operations Center has extra staff to monitor conditions across Kentucky. Hillary Thornton begins our WKYT First Alert Weather Team coverage in Frankfort.
As a blanket of snow still covers the ground here in Frankfort from Wednesday's weather, state leaders are preparing for what they believe is going to be a significant winter storm for the entire Commonwealth.
It is final prep time for emergency management personnel bracing for this winter storm, a storm they believe will have some type of impact on all 120 Kentucky counties. That is why inside of the state's Emergency Operations Center, they are already operating on what is considered level 4, meaning extra staff is on hand to continually monitor the system heading this way. It is set to bring rain, sleet, icing, extended snowfall, and wind gusts. Director Michael Dossett says because of all of those elements, their main concern right now is the loss of power. They believe the event will start later tonight and move all the way through Saturday morning. State officials are strongly asking everyone to limit their travel during this time.
If you have travel as a necessity, get it over and done with today, please. Tomorrow will be a complete all day long weather event.
They say staying off of the roads during this storm is critical, as they really need those emergency services to be able to get through on the roadways. In Frankfort, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
State leaders say they plan to increase their operations to a level 3 at 8 tomorrow morning. Also, the Kentucky National Guard has been put on high alert. It's been a busy week for road crews who've made a quick turnaround following yesterday's snow. Lexington Mayor Jim Gray says the city will use contractors to help clear the roads as quickly as possible. And the mayor says the people of Lexington can help make that job easier.
What I encourage everyone to do is be patient when this snow event occurs, to not just be patient, but if you don't really need to get out and drive, then don't do that.
Mayor Gray is getting ready for a news conference to talk about how the city is preparing for the snowstorm. We'll have that for you live coming up on WKYT News at 4:30. The winter storm is already causing hassles for travelers. Airlines have canceled flights and encourage anyone flying to the Northeast or Mid-Atlantic to reschedule their flights. WKYT's Mark Barber talks to flyers trying to beat the storm.
The storm that could hammer Lexington with more than a foot of snow has travelers here at the Bluegrass Airport scrambling to get out of town before the snow starts falling. People like Lester Parrish are rescheduling their flights so they can fly out of Lexington before the storm hits.
Seeing snow was a new experience for me, so I'm trying to avoid the big rush.
All major airlines are giving travel waivers to passengers who are scheduled to fly to the Northeast or the Mid-Atlantic tomorrow or Saturday. On the ground, AAA is advising anyone who is planning to hit the road to take a 3-day weekend.
The main thing to ask yourself when you go out and drive tomorrow is, first of all, is it really necessary for you to drive today? Secondly, do you have the clothing and equipment if you have to get out of the car and help somebody else or deal with your own problem? Thirdly, do you have a plan for being stranded? What are you going to do? Who are you going to call?
Parrish says he's flying home to Atlanta today, so he won't get stranded here.
I feel sorry for you. Stay inside and stay warm.
Airport officials say airlines typically wait until the very last second to cancel flights. So they say if the storm does delay or cancel any flights, that could happen late tonight or even into tomorrow morning. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Airlines say those travel waivers, which are free, are available through Sunday. Well, schools and colleges have already started canceling for tomorrow. UK and EKU have both canceled classes for Friday. EKU is closing at 5 this afternoon and will be closed through Saturday. Remember, you can always get the latest closings on WKYT.com. And stay on top of the snow and traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores. The winter storm is making headlines across the nation at 4 as well. The storm is expected to cause major problems on the East Coast. The Washington, D.C. area could end up buried under 2 feet of snow. Diane Gallagher shows us how they're getting ready.
From the north,
it is crucial for people to stay off the streets.
To the south.
Winter has finally arrived in North Carolina.
Millions are preparing for a wicked winter weekend. In Washington, D.C., it was chaos before the storm. Less than an inch of snow turned highways into parking lots Wednesday.
We don't know for how long it will take. 1 hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours.
Even the commander-in-chief couldn't escape the D.C. disaster. His presidential motorcade stuck in the snow with everybody else.
I would have hoped that they would have anticipated this a little better and treated the roads.
The city admitting this morning it messed up.
We are very sorry for inadequate response.
Mayor Muriel Bowser says despite the failure overnight, her city will be ready for the big one this weekend.
We will treat this event as a Homeland Security and Emergency Management event in the District of Columbia.
The nation's capital is expected to get the worst of it. A staggering 30 inches of snow is possible. Virginia has a National Guard on standby, and Maryland is bracing for the worst.
We anticipate the heavy, wet snow could result in downed trees and disrupted power lines, with the potential for considerable power outages.
But the reach of this storm is massive. Tens of millions of people from the southeast New England could be spending the weekend snowed in. In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher reporting.
At least 3 people have already died because of the weather. 2 of the deaths were in North Carolina. If you bought a hoverboard at Amazon.com, you can get your money back. Details on the refund program next on WKYT News at 4. And if you're looking for a new TV, now's a good time to buy. We'll show you how much money you could save in WKYT Money Watch.
Winter storm warning continues in effect for all of the Bluegrass State. I'm tracking a crushing winter storm when I come back in just a few minutes.
What's that one thing? That one thing that can make you feel good, help the environment, and pay you cash back? It's Simple Saver. Simple Saver does all that, and all it takes to start is one click. Or one call. Getting paid to be energy smart. That's one good idea.
A message from your Kentucky Touchstone Energy Cooperatives.
Important message for women and men ages 50 to 85. Please write down this toll-free number now. Right now in areas like yours, people are receiving this free information kit for guaranteed acceptance life insurance with a rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. If you are on a fixed income or concerned about rising prices, learn about affordable whole life insurance with a lifetime rate lock that guarantees your rate can never increase for any reason. If you did not receive your information or if you misplaced it, call this number now and we'll rush it to you. Your acceptance is guaranteed with no health questions. Please stand by to learn more.
I'm Alex Trebek, and the announcement you just heard is for a popular and affordable life insurance plan with a rate lock guarantee. That means your rate is locked in for life and can never increase. Did you get your free information kit in the mail? If not, please call this toll-free number now. In the last month alone, thousands have called about this plan with the rate lock guarantee through the Colonial Penn program. And here's why. This plan is affordable, with coverage options for just $9.95 a month. That's less than 35 cents a day. Your rate is locked in and can never go up. And your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down because of your health. See how much coverage you can get for just $9.95 a month. Call now for your free information kit. Don't wait. Call today.
Call 1-800-909-4488 for your free information and free gift. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-909-4488. Or visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-909-4488. Call now.
Can't wait to try these wings.
I know. And apparently this spicy honey barbecue sauce is so good, it'll change your life.
Yeah?
Mom and Dad, can I borrow the car?
Our son's in a boy band?
We have a son?
Life-changing? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The boneless wings meal with spicy honey barbecue sauce, served with crinkle fries and a small drink. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Keep up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Wall Street bouncing back today. The Dow up 116 points to close at 15,883. The Nasdaq was up a fraction. A recall alert today from Microsoft. The company is recalling power cords for some of its Surface Pros over concerns of overheating. Microsoft says some of the cords got damaged because they were wound too tightly. Customers can get free replacement cables. Amazon.com says it will offer refunds to anyone who bought hoverboards on its website. The move comes amid growing concerns the two-wheeled balance boards are unsafe and a fire hazard. The Consumer Product Safety Commission is investigating more than 36 instances of hoverboards smoking or bursting into flames. The CPSC welcomed Amazon's decision to offer refunds and called on other retailers and manufacturers to do the same. Despite the decision, though, Amazon still sells hoverboards on its site. You could get a good deal on a new big screen TV if you shop soon. According to FatWallet.com's annual TV buyer survey, 26% of Americans are expected to buy a new television this year, and a quarter of them will buy them during the week of the Super Bowl. Retailers such as Walmart are already starting to post deals in an effort to lure those shoppers. Consumers should be able to save an average of 20% or more on high-end TVs in January. There's a new flavor of Oreo cookie. Nabisco's cinnamon bun flavored cookies have officially hit the market. Buzz about the flavor's release has been circulating for nearly 3 months. Fans rejoiced on social media when the cookies were spotted in stores. The company also says it will be re-releasing red velvet Oreos in time for Valentine's Day.
A snow day means a fun day at Monkey Joe's. I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about on a big anniversary today.
Not a whole lot of fun to be had with this big storm that is coming our way. It is a monster, and it's going to bring significant snow and blowing snow to central and eastern Kentucky. We're tracking the winter storm warning and snow totals just ahead.
Snow is really starting to fall out there.
Things are really starting to pile up. Snow has been falling fast. It's been falling hard.
So the snow is steady and still coming down.
This is just the beginning today, sort of a prelude, right?
It's going to cause problems across a big chunk of the country.
Get weather plus traffic with a WKYT weather app. Have the Defender radar network in the palm of your hand while checking your driving conditions for your commute on the same screen. Weather plus traffic on the WKYT weather app.
I'm Alex Trebek. If you're age 50 to 85, I have an important message about security. Write down the number on your screen so you can call when I finish. The lock I want to talk to you about isn't the one on your door. This is a lock for your life insurance, a rate lock that guarantees your rate can never go up at any time for any reason. But be careful. Many policies you see do not have one. But you can get a lifetime rate lock through the Colonial Penn program. Call this number to learn more. This plan was designed with a rate lock for people on a fixed income who want affordable life insurance that's simple to get. Coverage options for just $9.95 a month, less than 35 cents a day. Act now, and your rate will be locked in for life. It will never increase. Guaranteed. This is lifelong coverage that can never be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Guaranteed. And your acceptance is guaranteed, with no health questions. You cannot be turned down because of your health. Call for your information kit and read about this rate lock for yourself. You'll also get a free gift with great information. Both are free, with no obligation. Don't miss out. Call for information, then decide. Read about the 30-day 100% money-back guarantee. Don't wait. Call this number now.
Call 1-800-440-4200 for your free information and a free gift. There's no obligation. That's 1-800-440-4200. Or visit us online at colonialpenn.com. That number again is 1-800-440-4200. 1-800-440-4200. Call now.
I have so much pride when I say that I'm from here in Kentucky. That statement carries so much with it. I've lived here my whole life, and one of the things I love most about here is the people. Everyone we get to meet has their own unique Kentucky story, and I feel so blessed to get to meet so many different people from across Kentucky and tell their story. There is a difference in local news. Give us a try and see what it means when we say WKYT stands for Kentucky.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on Rewind 105.5.
WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day as we are tracking a powerhouse of a winter storm toward the Bluegrass State. Really, this is going to impact millions and millions of people. Winter storm warnings are out from Tennessee, Kentucky, all the way into the Northeast. Blizzard warnings are out for our nation's capital. So when I say millions of people, boy, we're going to this may be an historic storm before all is said and done for the eastern part of the country. I think it's going to be. Friday through Saturday, that's late tonight actually through tomorrow into Saturday. It's a winter storm warning that is out for the entire state of Kentucky. That includes northern parts of the area. We're looking at our Defender radar network now, and it's picking up on some returns that are up in the clouds. This is not the stuff that we are worried about, but it's an indication that this is a moisture-rich system. Starting now to get in on rain as far north as southern parts of Tennessee and back toward the west and southwest. That's where we find our storm system. It's pulling up a ton of juice from the Gulf of Mexico. Upper level system is coming in behind that. I said this last night. If you were trying to get me to draw up weather maps from the surface to way upstairs on how to get a snowstorm in Kentucky, what the models have been showing would be pretty much what I would try to draw up for you. So we get closer to this event and confidence continues to increase. So what are we worried about? We know the snowfall is going to be crazy. It's going to be off the charts. Road conditions. We may shut down some roads over the next 48 hours. I think we will. High winds will play a big role in that. Those winds tomorrow into tomorrow evening could gust 30 to 40 miles per hour. And it will be snowing to beat the band. So the drifting snow factor tomorrow into tomorrow night and even into Saturday is going to be very high as well. You're getting the idea. This is a major winter storm that is a high impact storm. Farther north and northwest you get toward the Ohio River, you cross the river, you're not going to have as much snow. Get into Kentucky and boom, we are right in the line of fire for the heaviest snow. Area I've painted in red, 8 to 16 along in west of 75, east of 75, 10 to 18 inches of snow. There are computer models that I'm looking at that paint parts of eastern Kentucky in greater than 20 inches of snow tomorrow into tomorrow night. That's absolutely incredible. Now, knowing that, watch the wind gust forecast map as well. We go through noon tomorrow. Notice how the winds are beginning to crank. 25, 27, 31 miles per hour for a gust. Through 3 o'clock. Now, boom, watch the numbers jump up here. Close to 40 miles per hour at right around 5 o'clock tomorrow. That would be rush hour. I don't think it's going to be rush hour tomorrow. I don't see a whole lot moving on the roads by 5 o'clock tomorrow. We go through tomorrow evening. Watch the wind gusts. They stay into that 30 to 40 mile per hour range. Look at Saturday morning. Now the winds are coming out of the north and northeast, staying 30 to 35 miles per hour. Let's time the stuff in here. 4 a.m. Here's the mix across southern Kentucky. That could be at least a few hours of freezing rain before you go over to snow. I think the models are, this one in particular, maybe just a tad too warm with the color coding on what it's doing into southern Kentucky. Then look at this explosion of snow and watch this band just set up shop here where you see those darker blues. That is very heavy snow. 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Now the snows are starting to come at us from the northeast through 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Now through 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. Got to keep an eye on the timeline. Through the rest of the overnight Friday and into Saturday. Notice how the snows just keep on doing their thing. And this model into eastern Kentucky through noontime on Saturday, through 5 o'clock on Saturday, still tries to keep snows into town. And following that up, temperatures by Sunday morning will make a run toward the 0 mark. This is a major winter storm, Jennifer, that is taking aim at the region over the next couple of days, and it's going to be a biggie.
Thank you, Chris. School is out for the second day in a row in Lexington and many other places, and that means a busy time at Monkey Joe's, where they're celebrating a special anniversary today. Deanne Stevens is out and about and joins us now with more. Hi, Deanne.
Hey, good afternoon, guys, from Monkey Joe's, where they've put me in my own little cage here. It's called the Mini Monkey Zone. Quite appropriate, I would say. Veronica is with us here from Monkey Joe's, and this is always a fun day, especially when there's no school, my dear.
We know it. We have fun every day. School or no school, we're here to have fun.
That's right, and today you're celebrating an anniversary.
We are. It's our 6th anniversary here in Lexington. 6 years. It feels like yesterday that we opened. We're happy to be here providing fun every day. We're thrilled.
I was going to say, nothing much changes around here. Why would you change something that's a good thing? And that is a place where kids can come have good, safe fun.
That's right. And we're always doing something new and fresh. We've got new things coming, new activities coming to Monkey Joe's, so make sure you check us out all the time and follow us on our Facebook page. We just like to keep it fresh and clean and safe so that mommies and daddies can come enjoy.
Okay, so until 6 o'clock tonight, what does that mean for kids?
That means they're going to get in today. There's giveaways every hour on the hour, special treats up front. Don't miss the treat table. And
oh yeah, Kenny, our photographer, was eyeing that cookie. He was like, can you put one of those cookies in your pocket for me?
Absolutely. And of course we have our pizza combo today.
Right.
A large pizza and a pitcher is $10 all day. So just come have fun with us.
Okay, and that's until 6 o'clock tonight. Now, what does tomorrow look like for you guys here at Monkey Joe's? Snow or no snow?
Well, we're going to be here. If I can get here and open the doors, we're going to be here. So we're going to make that call at 9:30 in the morning on our Facebook page, and that's monkeyjoeslex.com on our Facebook page. And hopefully we'll be open.
All right, happy anniversary to Monkey Joe's coming up at 4:50. I'm forced to do a little monkeying around today in celebration of their anniversary. We'll have more coming up. I'm Deanne Stevens. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Deanne. We'll see you at 4:50. Doctors find pregnancy can fuel melanoma. We'll take a look at the link. And it's never too early to start learning how to read. We'll show you how some babies are getting a head start. Friday night's Mega Millions jackpot is $39 million, and Saturday night's Powerball is $60 million.
The College for Technical Education is a local college that understands the needs of Central Kentucky. Gain independence in as little as 9 months with hands-on training programs taught by industry professionals. Call 859-272-5225 or log on to cte.edu. Financial aid available to those who qualify.
Everyone is singing praises about essential oils and trying to make their home free of toxic chemicals. Get the facts yourself and learn how Young Living essential oils can help support your family's health and well-being. Visit justonedrop.com for more information and local classes.
I wasn't too thrilled about dentures, but I need to be able to chew. So I called Aspen Dental. They got me right in because my visit was long overdue. And no one on staff even made me feel bad that I hadn't been in since the leg warmer fad. My new dentures came with a great guarantee, so this giant pretzel's got nothing on me.
With dentures starting at $3.99 and a money-back guarantee, dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN-DENTAL.
When an auto accident happens, it's sometimes more complicated than just which driver is at fault. Many times it involves a tire that blew out, a car that rolled over, a defect on that car. It's so important to make sure that the car and the tires are not destroyed or repaired. Our crash team and products liability lawyers need to be investigating these cases day one. All car crashes are not the same. Time is of the essence. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
You're invited to join us on January 23rd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. for a new premiere bridal show at the Center for Rural Development. This event will be the largest gathering of wedding professionals in the area, all in one location for your convenience. Registration is only $5. There will be caterers, bridal wear, florist, and much more. There will even be a runway show presented by Steel Magnolia Bridal. Vendor space is still available. For more information, call 606-677-6000.
James Motor, your local Mercedes-Benz and Sprinter dealer.
Give us 5 minutes to make your life easier. MomsEveryday.com.
Jumpstart your career today with the Food and Hospitality program at CTE. You'll learn the fine art of food and have endless future possibilities with restaurants, caterers, and maybe even travel. Call today at 859-272-5225 or log on to cte.edu.
It's time for better living, health, education, and consumer news that impacts your life. Researchers have found a connection between melanoma and pregnancy. New research finds women diagnosed with melanoma during pregnancy or the year after have a greater risk of the cancer recurring or spreading, even death. The Cleveland Clinic study looked at hundreds of medical records of young women. Researchers say hormones or changes in the immune system during pregnancy may drive the cancer. Most children learn to read in the first grade, but some babies are getting a jump start. Gabriel Rojas shows us how parents are giving their children an advantage.
8-month-old Colton may not be ready to read just yet, but his grandmother is helping him lay the groundwork at Frisco's We Readers program that starts developing language skills as early as 0.
So you want them to develop their full potential, and that starts early.
It's time for a book. For Netta Safarian, it was never too soon for her son Arya.
So when he was born, we started out reading from day one with him. And so while I was pregnant with him, I read a lot about, introducing books from a very early age. And so I wanted to lay that foundation for him.
Well, the advantage is you're really going to light up that baby's brain so much faster and so much sooner.
The classes taught at Frisco's Public Library focus on pre-reading skills like talking, singing, and playing. The goal is to build neural pathways through repetition.
Parents in Collin County are extremely savvy, so when you have this demographic, you want to give them places to come and have learning educational play.
He's having a great time. It's just so nice to know that our community cares about babies.
For more health education and consumer news, go to WKYT.com and click on Better Living. Now here's what's coming up at 4:30.